Kenyans. Gloria Milimu, KTN.
President William Ruto has finally broken his silence on the June 25th protests, dismissing them as acts of calculated chaos. The head of state has rejected growing calls for his resignation, accusing those behind the demonstrations of inciting violence and destabilizing the country. He made the remarks as his allies condemned the destruction of property witnessed during Wednesday's protests. Dalma Sakari reports.
2 days after the deadly June 25th protests that left nearly 20 people dead across the country, President William Ruto has come out strongly against growing calls for his resignation, dismissing the Ruto must go chants as empty rhetoric.
And if it is Ruto must go, tell me how you want me to go. What I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. What do you mean by Ruto must go?
Speaking at the International MSMEs Day celebrations on Friday, the president condemned the violence and destruction witnessed during the Gen Z-led demonstrations, decrying the loss of lives, looting and damage of property in Nairobi and other towns.
That you hate so-and-so, this one must go, that one must have this term or the other, and you have no strategy. I have said, you cannot replace a plan that is working that you don't like with no plan. If you truly love Kenya, as you say, don't ban your country.
The head of state challenged his critics and opposition leaders to offer concrete policy alternatives instead of what he termed incitement and political theatrics. Echoing sentiment expressed by his deputy a day earlier, President Ruto warned that continued unrests could plunge the country into instability, taking a swipe at both political and religious leaders whom he accused of fanning tensions.
And I want to ask the leaders, religious leaders, political leaders, you're telling these young people to burn the place. You're telling them to cause violence so that what happens? So that we move to where?
He has now directed security agencies to swiftly identify and prosecute those behind the chaos, a call that was echoed by several broad-based government allies who were speaking in Likuyani sub-county, Kakamega County.
I want to hear the voice of my bishops, whether what they saw, the mayhem, the destruction, the death, was the right thing. I also want to hear from the envoys whether the aftermath of Wednesday, what they saw, the destruction, the mayhem, the death, is what they decide.
Nataka kuambia Waziri Murkomen na Inspector General of Police lazima wachukue sheria kwa wale wakora, kwa wale majambazi ambao walipora mali ya wananchi.
Sakali Dalmas, KTN.
To Nakuru County now, where Ndunyu Njeru